Before we dive into today's message, take a second. If this content resonates with you, if you're tired of the noise in your head and ready to reclaim your mind, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss a video. This isn't just motivation. This is your reminder that you're not broken. You're not lost. You're not weak for feeling what you feel. You're human, and there is power in that. Let's talk about the voice in your head and how to finally stop letting it control your life. There's a quiet parasite that lives in our minds, one that whispers just loud enough to be mistaken for our own voice. It mimics our tone, our fears, our doubts. It's the voice that questions every ambition before it takes form, that dissects every achievement until it feels unworthy, that plants seeds of hesitation when courage is needed most. You didn't ask for it. You didn't create it. But somewhere along the way, you started to believe it. Like a cursed melody stuck on repeat, it loops through your thoughts. You're not ready. You're not good enough. They'll find out who you really are. And so, without realizing it, you become the echo of a lie. This voice isn't your enemy because it's evil. It's your enemy because it's familiar. It pretends to protect you by keeping you small. It poses as caution, as logic, as responsibility. But in truth, it's the internalization of every rejection, every failure, every moment you felt unseen or unworthy. It's not your intuition, it's your history with a mask on. And as long as you confuse its warnings for wisdom, you'll keep shrinking your life to fit its script. You'll say no to the things you dream of. You'll stay quiet when you should speak. You'll wait for permission that will never come. But here's the radical truth. You are not that voice. You are not the static. You are not the noise. You are the one who hears it. You are the observer, not the prisoner. This isn't spiritual fluff. It's the essence of self-liberation. Think of it like this. Naruto carried the 9 tails within him, a raging beast whispering destruction into his mind. But Naruto wasn't the beast. He learned to face it, understand it, and in doing so, found power beyond it. You too carry something powerful inside, but it's buried beneath the noise. And only by recognizing the voice as separate from yourself can you start to access that power. The moment you realize this, everything changes. The doubts don't disappear, but they lose their grip. The fear doesn't vanish, but it stops steering the wheel. You begin to hear the voice and respond. I see you, but you're not in charge here. You become the stillness beneath the storm, the calm behind the chaos. Like the ocean beneath the waves, your true self remains unmoved. You are not the passing thoughts. You are the presence that outlasts them. Thoughts are like clouds drifting across the sky, sometimes soft, sometimes stormy, but always moving. When left alone, they pass. They come and go without fanfare, without impact. But when you latch onto them, when you replay them like a tragic movie scene on loop, they begin to shape your reality. What was once a passing breeze becomes a prison cell. It's not the thought itself that holds power. It's your attachment to it. Like a scratched record that keeps skipping in the same spot, your mind gets stuck in mental feedback loops that feel eternal, even though they're just echoes of a single moment. This is the trap. Mistaking repetition for truth, volume for validity. We become addicted to our own narratives. We light the same thoughts like a match in the dark, again and again, until all we can see is the illusion they create. Just like Tsukuyomi in Naruto, a genjutsu so powerful it could trap someone in infinite illusion. Recycled thinking becomes a mental jutsu, inescapable until you awaken to the truth. That truth is this. You are not the thinker. You are the awareness behind the thinking. You are the one who notices, who observes, who decides whether to believe or let go. And the moment you remember that, the illusion shatters. You reclaim your power. The spell breaks. What most people miss is how deep the rabbit hole goes. Your thoughts aren't harmless. They are architects. They mold your identity, sculpt your beliefs, alter the structure of your brain. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated experience. What you think over and over becomes your mental operating system. When you tell yourself you're a failure, a fraud, not enough, you're not just describing reality, you're building it. The grooves in your brain deepen, the path becomes easier to walk, and eventually it feels like the only path that exists. But that path isn't destiny, it's a habit, and from that habit, emotions emerge. They're not spontaneous, They're not mysterious. They're echoes of your thoughts turned inward. Think, I'm unsafe, and your body reacts with adrenaline. Think, I'm unworthy, and your chest tightens, your mood drops. Your physiology dances to the rhythm of your mental soundtrack. Your actions follow suit. Confidence pushes you to step forward. Doubt holds you back. And so the cycle continues. Thought creates feeling. Feeling fuels behavior. Behavior reinforces belief. If you want to change your life, not just the surface, but the substance, you don't start with willpower. You start with awareness. You start by choosing different thoughts again and again, until the new path becomes your new home. Your mind is a projector, and your thoughts are the reels spinning through it. Whatever film you load, your world becomes the screen. You can project fear, you can project anger, you can project clarity, or you can project chaos. The scenes you replay shape how you see yourself, how you interpret others, how you experience the world. But here's the twist most people overlook. You're not the film, and you're not the screen. You're the one holding the remote. You choose what plays next. That realization, that you can edit the reel, change the lens, rewrite the dialogue, is the beginning of real mental freedom. You're not a prisoner of the plot, you're the director of it. Think about someone like Guts from Berserk, a man forged in tragedy, carrying more pain than most could survive. His mind, haunted by loss, rage, betrayal, could have devoured him. But Guts didn't escape his demons by pretending they weren't there. He kept moving forward, sword in hand, even when the world was collapsing around him. He chose purpose over despair. That's your power too. You don't have to eliminate every negative thought to live a meaningful life. You just have to choose which ones get your attention. You have the right to reframe your pain, to rebuild your identity, to find strength not in spite of the struggle, but through it. The secret isn't to conquer your thoughts through sheer force. Resistance is just another disguise for fear. The more you push, the more the mind pushes back. Fighting your thoughts is like shadowboxing in a mirror. It keeps you trapped in the same room. The real path forward is observation without reaction. Like a monk watching flames in a temple lamp, you let your mind flicker. Let it throw tantrums. Let it whisper doubts. Let it recycle old insecurities. But don't follow it into the fire. Stand still. Watch it burn out on its own. No judgment, no panic, just awareness. When you shine light on the darkness without trying to control it, it loses its grip. That's when the shift happens. When you stop identifying with every internal storm, a calm rises underneath it. That stillness, that gap between thought and reaction, is your liberation. That's the space where growth lives. It's the quiet clarity that says, I see the fear, but I don't follow it today. No drama, no resistance, just choice. You separate yourself from the noise, and suddenly you're no longer living inside the chaos. You're watching it from a mountaintop. That's not weakness, that's mastery. And that's when you begin to lead your life with intention, not instinct. You are not broken. You are not defective. You are not some shattered version of what could have been. You are a human being, walking through the fire with your head still held high, even if it feels like it's barely above water. The scars you carry are not signs of failure. They're evidence that you've survived battles most people never see. You've been shouldering burdens that don't show on the outside. You're not unmotivated. You're exhausted from wrestling thoughts that attack before your eyes even open. You're not lost. You're on a path uniquely yours, standing at the threshold between who others expected you to be and who you were always destined to become. And if you feel stuck, maybe it's not because you're broken, but because you've been tuned into a voice that was never yours to begin with. That voice, the one that repeats your past like a curse, that tells you what's not possible, that invents catastrophes before you've even taken a single step. That's not truth. That's programming. That's noise inherited from fear, from shame, from years of listening to people who couldn't see your light. You were never meant to obey that voice. You were meant to challenge it, to replace it, to remember what Naruto knew when the world called him a failure, that belief in yourself isn't something you're given, it's something you fight for. Your mind can be your greatest enemy, yes, but it can also be your greatest ally, your ultimate weapon. You just have to learn to take the blade by the handle instead of the edge. The mind is not your master, it is your tool. A blade like Zangetsu in Bleach, it cuts with precision, but only if wielded with intention. Let it go wild, and it turns on you. But direct it, hone it, and it becomes the force that rebuilds your world. Every thought you choose is a hammer stroke on the structure of your identity. Choose fear, and the foundation cracks. Choose purpose, and it solidifies. And that change doesn't start next year or when things finally calm down. It begins now, this moment, this breath. Transformation is not something you wait for. It's something you activate by choosing better thoughts 1 second at a time. When you unplug from the false narrative, when you sever the bond between your worth and your wounds, you set yourself free. Free from the mental cage built by repetition and regret. Free from borrowed definitions and inherited doubts. And in that freedom, you don't become something new. You uncover what's always been there. Your presence, your power, your quiet awareness beneath the noise. You are not the voice that shouts. You are the space that listens. You are the observer, the director, the soul beneath the static. That's not a metaphor. That's your edge. That's your truth. And that, more than motivation, more than hustle, is your superpower.